Hello. Call me Rudolph. Feeling kind of rocky. Gotta hide behind somebody or something. So, Rudolph it is. He seemed reasonably neutral. All right. Um, the last one I uploaded, this was written the same day right after that one. So, the date on it's 2/11/2011, second of the day, Mayan day. One alligator, crocodile, or water lily. Just recently learned water lily is also a symbol or emblem for that day. Go figure what it has to do with alligators and crocodiles. I mean, except for water, I guess it has that. Okay, and don't be put off by the title. It's called What's the Point of It All? Is life worth it? All right. Is there more within to share? Well, there seems to be. Let's find out what it is. Journals are great for that. You have something niggling at you, but you can't quite pull it out clearly enough to grapple with or understand. Start a journal. You may be surprised at what you find that you couldn't find otherwise. So, today is pretty special numerologically. I'll explain that in the video before I start reading. Very unusual the way the same name numbers echo all the way through. Okay, now I'm going to step out here for a minute. Either I have deja vu or I forgot I wrote that here and already did that explanation with the last video. So, I'll just mention it real quickly. 2/11/2011, and in addition to that, the Mayan day is a pair of ones. 1 is the first of 13, alligator is the first of 20. So that, and this, it's kind of funny. I started writing the first one at 9:11 a.m. And if you add 9 and 11, what do you get? Yeah. Well, you get 11. And I started this one at 10:10 a.m. So I'm swimming in ones and twos here. All right. Back to the journal. Okay, so what is the point of it all? Do you sometimes get so buried in the darkness you discover? In the darkness that comes your way, perhaps, that you think about giving up? Does it seem pointless sometimes? Why is that? Do you know? Have you looked within for those answers instead of looking outside of the self? That's where they're found, Anything that's worth it, right within. Many people discover this about the third or fourth marriage where they see the same situations they were running from keep reappearing, as if by magic, in their new relationship. Why would that be? Could it be that we carry the patterns inside? Could it be that the outside is just mirroring for us what's within? I think that is so. So, to be chasing happiness as something outside of the self is a bit like tilting at windmills. Eternally unproductive work. You never win like that. The question is, how long does it take of fighting life endlessly until you decide you've had enough? How long until you step back and make a judgment? This just isn't working this way. Life will cooperate endlessly in giving us the playing field to try things out. No one will come along and force awakening on you or me. That's our choice. You can beat your head bloody against whatever brick walls you run up against. That's your right. It's not as bleak as all that, really. We're taught both out of the body at night and between lives. There are actual universities of the spirit we attend. Well, if we're on the spiritual path, we have help, lots of help. It's up to us to take advantage of the help that's all around us, though. It won't do them any good to reach out to someone who is closed. You've done that before, I'll bet. Reached out to someone who wasn't interested in what you had to offer. You know just how pointless that is. Well, that's how we are until we reach a certain ripening stage where, all of a sudden, we're ready to hear. Until then, we're on our own, but only because we choose to be, my friends. None compels. So my advice, not that it's been asked for, would be have a look at that. As we awaken, we grow. We mature spiritually. We begin to take responsibility for the life. The blame game thing, that just falls away on its own. It's no more interesting. Our vision clears and we just realize that's not how things go. We're more in charge of things than we've been willing to see. Until we grow up and quit blaming others, no matter who they are, for our woes, we haven't grown enough. At some point, we realize that it's a bit like watching children on the playground. That's how we have behaved. We didn't see it before, of course, just like the children don't. That's a given. It's funny how closely our vision's acuity is tied to the heart. While in the mind, we fall for all kinds of nonsense, all sorts of faulty reasoning. Once we move into heart, though, all of that just starts to come clear. As we begin to grow up spiritually and take responsibility for just a little bit, more clarity comes. It's a spiral activity, actually. And our motion on the spiral is either up or it's down. There's no standing still. Can't be done. You're either moving up or you're moving down. Spirals are beautiful, though. They're a great way to progress. One nice thing about them is that as you go, you gain momentum, which eventually begins to help carry you onward, up or down, all by itself. Additionally, in the realm of spirit, like attracts like. Thus, if you are climbing the spiral, always up into the light, then those already in light are magnetized, are drawn right to your side. You get their support, invisibly, at first, and that's nice. Of course, the same holds true if you're steering your life down the tubes. Dark attracts dark. As they say, misery loves company, and it gets it. Others join in, and together you help pull yourselves down. Now, is that so bad? I'd say no, but then I'm nuts. Okay, why would I say that? Well, you've got to follow whatever you've got the heart for, the intense desire for. You can't stuff that and get away with it for very long. It will out. So just get it over with. Go for it. What you'll learn will be worth the price of admission. There's something there for you, or you wouldn't be called to it. Something that will ultimately help you grow. Yes, it is also true that there are energies that will seek to possess and influence you negatively. Go into heart with this and with everything. Sort out as best you can where the desire originates. Self-inquire. Does it come from the heart? If not, then carefully question it while still in heart. Maybe journal it to see what will come. Be suspicious. Ultimately, though, you can't make a mistake, my friends. All works out for the best. All are learning opportunities. Were you not seasoned and matured by the harder times in your life? Did you not gain from them? Well then, what's to fear? What other people think of you? Divorce self from that. You've got to go your own way at some point, or you'll never find out who you are. Ever. As long as you're letting your life in any way be controlled by others or by their ways. You've got your own way to carve out. You can do this. You're someone who has never, not one time, ever come before. Nor can you be replaced. Have faith and confidence in the light in your heart. You're unique. We're gods and goddesses, relatively speaking, my friends. This 3D life is nothing near the whole of us. We've just got a small part of our total being invested here. Now, it's an important part, that's true. Just don't identify too strongly with that which is material, that which can be seen, touched, and named. That's not you, no matter what you may think. If you identify with it, you wind up taking things way too seriously. And that takes the fun, the real enjoyment out of life for you. There's no need to do that. So lighten up, why don't you? Have some fun. It's doable. Oh, the pain will come. Can you accept that? There's no getting around it. Why bother to try? That's tilting at windmills again. And that's also taking things too seriously. As if you couldn't handle that pain. Of course you can. You're God or goddess. You're a sovereign being, if you choose to be. And that's the end game here. Well, such as it is, there's no end. But anyway, ascension. That's the prize or the treasure that awaits, the gift. You to you. The gift that you bring. Take courage in hand, my friend. Find it in heart. The maturity is a natural thing that takes place once you get there. The pace has been stepped up a good bit, so it's more uncomfortable these days, I admit. Time is dropping right out from under us. It was a useful means to explore things individually, instead of all at once. Same with space. Same thing. The XY grid. As these are leaving us now, as we rise in frequency and in grace, take a fond look back. Recognize your own soul growth. It's there to be seen. Realize that the best and safest place of all to take this cosmic ride is to be firmly ensconced in your own heart. From there, you'll be guided each step of the way. It just works like that. Try it out for yourself.